So the question is this a good camera for starting a YouTube channel or start vlogging, using it for social media? So I'm going to be very honest with you. Like maybe I'm going to say some things that you don't want to hear. And this is just my personal opinion. Everything comes down to personal preferences and experiences. I consider myself to be one of those people who has a lot of experience with YouTube, shooting over 3,000 videos on several different channels, doing all sorts of videos and stuff like that. And so I've been playing around with a lot of cameras throughout my 10 years of just creating content almost on a daily basis. And this camera, it feels amazing for someone like me who really knows how to utilize all of the features on this thing. And I think that if you're just getting started, if you're into, photography and videos and stuff like that, it's a good camera to grow with because it does have a lot of features. And there's lots of tutorials on YouTube that you can follow and learn all about these features. And I do appreciate all of this, and I think it is amazing. But there's a part of me that sort of feels that it will be irresponsible of me to say that this is the camera that you should start with, because it's perhaps a bit overkill, to be completely honest. We live in a time and age where you can basically do YouTube videos with a good smartphone, with good lighting conditions. Yes, you can definitely pull it off. There are many successful YouTubers out there who shoot all their videos with smartphones. And so these types of cameras, they're more for like people who really are into cameras, want to geek out and, really play with all the features. They go like, oh, I want to do, 4K time lapses, or, I want to shoot slow motion clips and sell them as B stock and stuff like that. And I want to make YouTube videos that look really, really good. And this camera does all of that. And, there's a lot of fun for people who are truly interested in, learning about cameras or improving their skills. This one has everything that you could possibly want in a camera. There's so many features here. I could be talking about this for like 40 minutes. And I still think that even though it's so much fun, it is still a lot of money. And so as far as my experience is concerned, this is not the camera that I would pick up. Honestly, if I was to recommend a camera for beginners, it would be the Sony ZV-E1, not the Sony ZV-E1, the Sony ZV-E1. That's the one that started the whole ZV series, and it's still a good camera in 2023. It's still a good camera to, use for shooting vlogs, taking pictures, creating content that you can distribute or sell or whatnot. Like, that's a good camera, and it's I would say the pricing on the Sony ZV-E1 is just top notch. The only downside to that one is obviously not as excellent low light performance as this thing, but I was actually surprised with the Sony ZV-E1. One of my first videos was really about that, and I was testing it out, and I really learned that that camera is great. But if you do have the money, and if you really want to invest into this thing, then there is also a good reason to get this one, because the more fun you have with a camera and the more amazing things that you can do with a camera, that sort of initiates the creativity. Now, I'm not saying that you need a camera this expensive to be creative on social media, but it does give you a lot of options, with the interchangeable lenses, with the different slow motion features and the logs and, recording codecs and stuff like that. This is really cool. This is a good camera to play around with. It really unleashes that creativity. It's not necessary, but it's a lot of fun. So is it a good camera to start a YouTube career with? Yeah, sure, it is. But if you don't have the money for it, there are other really good options out there. That's basically all I'm trying to say. Okay, that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care.